The MLB Trade Deadline is just a few short weeks away, and with that coming up, I find now to be a good time as any to look at potential trade candidates and where they'll fit in. Make sure to stay tuned for a star player that might get traded to a top team. Welcome to the fourth quarter, where we post MLB, NBA, and NFL content. So if you enjoy that, make sure to take a few seconds to subscribe. It's free and it's crucial to helping out the channel, so if you do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. First up, we have the center fielder from the Red Sox, Jarren Duran. The 28-year-old Red Sox center fielder who broke out last year for the Red Sox can be a big deadline candidate to be traded out of Boston. He provides solid hitting from center field and is a decent fielder and great base runner. For teams that could trade for him, we have the Mets, who are going to need more hitting depth in their lineup outside of their big top three. Two NL West teams in the Padres and Giants, who are going to need to add more hitting to beat the Dodgers in the West, and the Guardians, who also need more lineup depth. In a wide open AL, I think the Guardians are a great candidate for him. That's the main thing he adds, is being a good hitter in a crucial defensive spot. You're not going to get a lot of plus hitters at center field, but Jarren Duran does bring that, especially last year. This year, still a solid hitter, but if he could get to what he was at last year, and I think a change of scenery can help him with that, the sky's the limit for Jarren Duran on a new team. Next up, we have the ace of the Miami Marlins, Sandy Alcantara. The Marlins ace, who had a down year coming back from injury this year, but he's still one of the top talents in the majors, Cy Young winner, top arm in the whole league. He's an easy trade candidate coming from a Marlin team that needs as many prospects as they can to rebuild into a somewhat decent team in the future. The teams that could use him and maybe eye him as someone they could get on a bit of a bargain considering the down year he's having are the Dodgers, who have a lot of injuries to their pitching staff, so bulking up as much as humanly possible is important for them. The Cubs, who have a great year and have Kyle Tucker expiring at the end of the season, so they're definitely in win now mode. The Yankees, who can use him to replace injuries to guys like Garrett Cole. Houston, who is always looking to add more pitching, had to always compete. And the Toronto Blue Jays, who are a solid team this year. They're hitting well, but the pitching leaves much to desired, so I think they're going to be another candidate for him. I think Alcantara is definitely going to get traded, and the Marlins need everything they could get, so getting prospects back for him would be absolutely amazing. Next up, from the Chicago White Sox, Luis Robert Jr. Similar to Jarren Duran, another center fielder here is Luis Robert Jr., who's having a pretty bad year, all things considered, but he has been great in the past, especially in 2023, and him being on a terrible White Sox team doesn't help at all, so he's a huge change of scenery candidate, and so a team that could take him on a flyer, get him for relatively cheap, and hope he turns it around, that's going to be the main goal for any team trading for him. This just sounds like the most David Stearns move ever. So the Mets jump off the page as a top candidate, but we also have teams who need center fielders, very similar list to the teams who went for Jarren Duran. The Cleveland Guardians, Philadelphia Phillies, San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants are all teams who need center fielders and could go for upside, cheap upside here, and that's Luis Robert Jr. I think, Jarren Duran and Luis Robert Jr. kind of go hand in hand. Whatever team doesn't get, Jarren Duran could go for him, try to get a high upside option. I think if he goes to a big market, I think if he goes to a winning team, I think he's a player who could definitely turn his season around. He's playing pretty horrible this year, so the price wouldn't be too horrible. And the White Sox always trying to get off every contract in human history because they're cheap, unfortunately for White Sox fans. But yeah, I think he's a great change of scenery candidate, and I think he could have a great second half if he gets traded. Next up, we have Alex Bregman from the Red Sox. The Red Sox look to be sellers of the deadline here, giving up Devers earlier to the Giants and possibly Duran as well, as mentioned earlier in this video. So another candidate here is Bregman. Bregman is a very surefire player. You get plus defense at third and a great bat to add to the lineup. He can be a great candidate for a lot of contending teams, and honestly, his perfect fit is with the Yankees. If they get him, they'd be able to move Jazz back to second, but the main issue here is that this is a Red Sox player. The Red Sox are not trading him to the Yankees. They're just not going to do it. So unfortunately, the perfect fit for the Yankees is just not really possible, but they still will probably try to go for it. We'll see if the Red Sox even pick up the phone, but the Yankees can maybe overpay and try to get him. Other candidates are the Tigers, the Cubs, Phillies, and the Mets. Another possible candidate is just all these teams who need bats. Obviously, throughout this video, I'm just saying the same teams, I feel like, over and over again, but it's just the buying teams. These are the teams that are going to be buying. These are the teams that need stuff at third. The Mets are a team that needs another bat. They need a pitcher. They need a reliever. The issue right now is that they don't have any of the young players playing good. Alvarez is playing horrible. Vientos is playing horrible. He's been hurt, but yeah. Mauricio kind of turning around. Small sample size. Beatty's been bad. Acuna just got sent down. They just might go for a surefire veteran here. Maybe trade one of those players for Bregman and just kind of try to revitalize that third base position. And last but certainly not least, we have Kyle Finnegan. The Nats reliever who's having an amazing year, and the Nats who have a lot of great young pieces in place, and Finnegan on an expiring deal is a great candidate for them to keep building on that. Bullpens are absolutely crucial come playoff time, and he'll be a surefire trade candidate from the Nationals team that could use him. Are the Blue Jays, whose bullpen has been subpar, the Phillies, whose bullpen is easily the worst part of their very stacked team, the Mets, who have a great bullpen but injuries are stacking up like crazy, and the Reds, who traded away Alexis Diaz, but they could be looking to get back production from the bullpen. Finnegan, great player. I think the Nationals, they have a lot of great young pieces in play right now, but with the NL East and the NL as a whole being as stacked as it is, they're not trying to win this year. They're not even trying to make the playoffs this year, so they could trade him on an expiring deal, try to get even more young places to build around. They have James Wood, CJ Abrams. They have so many players. They're going to be very good in a few years. The NL East is absolutely stacked, but not this year, not yet. And that's why I say that the Nationals will trade him, and there's a lot of teams who are going to be calling the phone and picking up for them, so I think he's going to be a great trade candidate. Thank you all for watching. This was the fourth quarter. I hope you all enjoyed this video. For more MLB, NBA, and NFL content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments who you think should be the top trade candidates of the deadline this year, or if you think my picks were wrong. Do you think teams that are selling shouldn't be, like the RedSox, you think they should just stick with it for now? Or do you think they should sell, and do you think I was right? Just let me know in the comments. We're trying to make better stuff every time, so all the support that's been going on recently has been greatly appreciated. So thank you all for watching, and have a great day.